Okay, settle in, everyone. Get ready, because something huge, something fast, and definitely something fiery is hitting the scene.
Oh, yeah. A brand new challenge roaring into max battles.
And we are here to give you the ultimate playbook for taking it on. This is Gigantamax Cinderace we're talking about.
That's right. And this isn't just, another random raid boss. This is a pure fire-type powerhouse, making a pretty limited time appearance. It's going to demand some serious strategy if you want to succeed.
Absolutely. So for this deep dive, we're tackling, everything you need to know about this Gigantamax opponent.
Everything.
We'll cover exactly when and where you can find it, all the sweet bonuses happening alongside its arrival, how to build the absolute best team to take it down, and critically, how to make sure you've got all the resources, fueled up and ready to go.
Think of this as your fast track, basically. Your guide to understanding the mechanics and really maximizing your opportunities this weekend. It's going to be high stakes.
Okay, let's unpack it then. First off, Cinderace is arriving as part of a bigger event, right? It's called Instrumental Wonders.
Yep, Instrumental Wonders. The whole thing runs from Friday, June 7th, 10 a.m. local time.
Okay.
All the way through Tuesday, June 11th, ending at 8 p.m. local time.
But, and this is the key part, Gigantamax Cinderace itself. Much shorter window.
Way shorter. Pay close attention here. Its max battles are only happening from Saturday, June 7th, kicking off at 6 a.m.
6 a.m. Saturday. Got it.
And they wrap up Sunday, June 8th at 9 p.m. local time.
So strictly a weekend challenge. You really need to prioritize it if you want a shot.
Exactly. It's a sprint, not a marathon for Cinderace itself.
Okay, and you find these in those special red Mac battle dens that pop up, right? You can host, invite friends.
Or go in remotely. If you see one on your map or get that invite, get those remote passes ready.
Definitely. Now, the Instrumental Wonders event, the bigger picture, it has some nice perks beyond just Cinderace, yeah.
It does. Every successful raid you complete, Cinderace included, gets you an extra 5,000 XP.
Nice. XP boost. Love that.
And here's where it gets really interesting for a max battle specifically. The daily cap for collecting max particles, it gets a massive boost, all the way up to 1,600 per day.
1,600, wow.
And those power spots, the little points of interest on the map that usually give you a few particles, they're giving out 8 times the usual amount during the event.
8 times, okay. That sounds like the secret sauce for getting more battles in.
That 8x bonus is absolutely key. We'll talk more later about how you can use that to get a bunch of free max battle attempts this weekend.
Good, good. And the event also has increased chances for shiny Ferroseed and shiny Phalanx. Not Cinderace related, but still cool.
Right, just a nice little bonus if you happen to run into them while you're out and about.
And there's a paid ticket option too, like $2.
Yep, $2 in the shop or on the web store. That version gives you 5 bonus Ultra Balls.
Ah, okay. And the main cook of that ticket?
The big one is 2 times raid Stardust. And considering how much Stardust these Cinderace battles give, well, that multiplier is pretty significant.
We'll definitely circle back to that Stardust potential. Okay, so let's get into the battle itself. Understanding Gmax Cinderace. It's confirmed, pure fire type.
Pure fire. That's it.
Okay, pure fire. So weaknesses are water, ground, and rock. Now, we know there are good water and ground max attackers, but is there a rock one we should be thinking about?
Not really. Not one that's specifically highlighted for max battles right now. So your focus should definitely be on water and ground types for hitting it super effectively.
Water and ground. Got it. What moves is it packing in these battles?
Expect Flamethrower and Flame Charge, both fire type, obviously.
Standard fire stuff.
But the move you absolutely, positively need to watch out for is Focus Blast. That's a fighting type attack.
Ah, Focus Blast, the nuke 1 bar move. Why is that one the big danger?
Well, because while your water and ground types hit Cinderace hard, a lot of the best water types, like say Blastoise, they're weak to fighting moves.
Oof.
So Focus Blast can just knock out your key damage dealers if you're not paying attention or if you miss a dodge.
Good point. Gotta watch that fighting weakness on the water counters. Okay, for people hunting the hundo, the 100% IVCP is 1724.
1724 is the magic number for a perfect one from these raids. But, important note, Cinderace cannot be shiny from these specific max battles.
No shiny hunting here, just power hunting.
Exactly. Power, not sparkle. Now, in max battles, remember the opponent has 2 main ways of attacking. There's a big, unavoidable blast that hits multiple Pokémon.
Right, the area attack?
And then there are directed attacks aimed at maybe one or two Pokémon specifically.
And for those, you see the red markers flash above the target. That's your cue to swipe and dodge, right?
Like, that's your chance. Dodging those directed hits, especially a big one like Focus Blast, is really crucial for keeping your team alive.
Makes sense. So how tough are these, like trainer count?
It's always hard to give an exact number. Based on previous Gmax raids, it could potentially take maybe 10 or more trainers if folks aren't using optimized teams or strategies.
Okay, so coordination matters.
A lot. But with a good strategy, the right Pokemon, you can definitely do it with fewer.
And speaking of strategy, max mushrooms. Those are going to be helpful, right?
Oh, absolutely essential, especially for smaller groups or if you're raiding remotely and you're not sure what your teammates are bringing. Using a max mushroom doubles your Pokemon's damage output for that battle. Huge boost.
Double damage is always good.
Oh.
Okay, let's talk actual battle strategy then. Building the team. You mentioned phases.
Right. Max battles generally have two phases. There's the standard phase, where the opponent isn't Dynamaxed yet. Your goal here, build up your team's shared max meter as fast as possible.
While taking less damage.
Exactly. This is where your tanks shine. They soak hits, use fast moves, and fill that meter.
Okay, so what is the max meter again?
It's basically a shared energy bar for the whole raid group. Attacking, taking damage, it all fills the meter. Once it hits level 3,
Then the fun begins.
then during the second phase, when Cinderace Gigantamaxes, you can unleash powerful level 3 max attacks for your Pokemon's movesets. This is the damage phase, where your attackers take over.
Gotcha. Tanks build the meter in phase 1. Attackers unload in phase 2 using that charged meter. Simple enough. So what's the recommended team setup?
The composition that seems to work really well is tank, attacker.
2 tanks, 1 attacker.
Yep. 2 Pokemon focused on survival and energy generation early on, followed by 1 heavy hitter ready to deal massive damage once Cinderace goes Gmax.
Okay, that makes sense. Build up, then bam. All right, let's get specific. Who are the recommended Pokemon? Starting with the tanks and healers, the ones soaking hits and building meter.
Okay, top tier tank, Max Blissey. Incredibly bulky, super cheap to power up since Chansey's around now, and Pound is great for energy.
Blissey's always a beast.
Max Chansey is also very solid, similar role, also in the June rotations. Very usable.
What about Blastoise? You mentioned it resists fire.
Max or Gmax Blastoise is fantastic here, yeah. Specifically because that water typing resists Cinderace's fire moves. It can just sit there and take hits comfortably in the standard phase.
Well,
Use Water Gun.
nice. Makes sense. Who else?
Gmax Snorlax is quite usable. Good HP, good at spamming fast moves like Lick or Tackle to build energy quickly.
Snorlax is always bulky.
Gmax Lapras, another one with great HP, good fast moves for energy. Dynamax Entei, if you have one from the recent battle weekend, is a heavy tank option.
Okay. Any others?
Dynamax Inteleon resists fire somewhat, which is good, but you really have to be careful of that Focus Blast. It's a bit glassy.
Right, the fighting move risk.
Tsukini can work as a general defender.
Yeah.
Good bulk, can just spam moves to help fill the meter. Urshifu forms, maybe. They can help with energy, sort of acting like tanks.
Okay, and then there was that weird one, Charizard?
Yeah, it sounds counterintuitive, but Dynamax or Gmax Charizard is surprisingly effective here
Even though it's fire flying.
because it's fire flying. The double resists Cinderace's fire attacks.
Yeah.
A&D resists its fighting Focus Blast.
Whoa, okay. Double resistance to fire, resist fighting. That's huge defensively.
Exactly, it provides amazing defensive coverage. Use Dragon Breath for fast energy generation. It's actually been proven pretty useful in recent Gmax fights.
That's a great tip. Okay, now for the attackers. The heavy hitters for that Dynamax phase, bringing those level 3 max moves.
Number 1 with a bullet, Gmax Blastoise. Absolutely instrumental. Its Gmax water move, high cannon powered basically, deals incredible damage. It's water type, high attack. It's perfect.
So Gmax Blastoise is the MVP attacker. What if you don't have one?
A regular Dynamax Blastoise is still a good water attacker, just, not quite as powerful without the Gmax move boost. Still very viable.
Okay. Any other water options?
Gmax Kingler. Very heavy DPS water attacker. If you powered one up after its battle day, now's its time to shine.
Kingler hits hard. Good call.
Dynamax Inteleon is another solid option, especially if Gmax Blastoise isn't in your roster. Topple's been around, so maybe you have an Inteleon ready.
Right. What about non-water types? Ground.
Dynamax Excadrill. Very, very good ground attacker. UT big, but here only use it as an attacker in the Dynamax phase.
Why only then?
Because if you put Excadrill out during the standard phase, Cinderace's fire and fighting moves will absolutely shred it. It's not a tank at all.
Got it. Glass cannon, bring it in for the kill shot, basically.
Pretty much. Urshifu Rapid Strike is also listed as an attacker option.
Okay. And you mentioned Suicune earlier as a tank. Why not an attacker? It's water type.
Good question. It's because to get a water-type max move, you need a water-type fast move. Suicune doesn't learn one. So its max move wouldn't be water. Better to use its bulk in the tank phase.
The mechanics.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It's all about optimizing those max moves. Okay, so we know who to use, how to use them. But battles cost max particles, powering up costs candy and Stardust. How do we maximize getting those resources?
Right, let's talk resources. Earning max particles is crucial. That increased daily limit 1600 and the 8x bonus from power spots are your best friends this weekend.
So how do we leverage that 8x bonus effectively?
The core idea is to hit those power spots as much as you can during the event hours when the 8x bonus is active. And manage your particle collection so you get close to that 1600 daily cap each day.
Okay, lots of spinning stops, basically.
And walking. You got to walk to collect the particles after spinning. If you plan it right, timing your collections and battles, you could potentially get like 7 free Gmax Cinderace battles over the weekend just from particles.
7 free battles without spending coins. That's huge.
Yeah, it involves a bit of planning, like ending Thursday with some particles, collecting Friday, walking, collecting Saturday after 10 a.m., battling. The exact steps are a bit detailed. Maybe check the show notes for a breakdown, but the potential is there.
Definitely worth looking into. That's a lot of free attempts. Is there any other way to get particles?
Yes. Check the Niantic Campfire app for community ambassador meetups in your area. If you check in at one, you might get special research.
Oh, what kind of research?
Tasks like winning a couple of max battles, catching a max Pokemon, powering up a Pokemon 10 times. Completing it rewards 800 max particles.
800. That's enough for another free battle right there.
Exactly. So definitely look into that if you have ambassadors nearby.
Awesome tip. Okay, next resource, candy. Need lots of candy for powering up Pokemon and their max moves.
Yep. Passive collection. Leave Pokemon you need candy for at power spots. Active collection. Peanut berries are your best friend when catching, obviously.
Good app.
And Mega Evolving. Mega Evolve, a Pokemon that shares a type with what you're catching, gives bonus candy, bonus XL candy, bonus XP. Max out that Mega level for the best bonuses.
Okay, so for this event, Groudon raids, Ferroseed, Beldammer around. Mega Steelix seems good. Steel Ground.
Steelix works. Primal Groudon is even better. Covers ground, steel, grass like Ferroseed, fire for Cinderace. Really ride coverage.
Primal Ground is amazing. What about Tadbulb for Belly Bulb?
Good electric or water mega.
Yeah.
Ampharos, Manectric, Primal Kyogre, they'll boost Cadbold candy.
Right. And trading.
Trading is great for candy, especially XL candy. If the Pokemon were called over 100 kilometers apart, it's a guaranteed XL candy and 3 regular candies. Even shorter distances give bonuses. 10 kilometers gives 1 candy, 10 to 100 kilometers gives 2.
Good reason to trade with long-distance friends and just generally catch more stuff.
Pretty much. Faster catching techniques like Quick Catch, using your Great Buddy Assist, maybe Origin Palkia Spatial Rend effect if you have it for a bigger radius. More catches equals more chances for candy.
Makes sense. Oh, and you mentioned settings earlier.
Yeah, small quality of life things in the advanced settings. Remember last, use Pokeball. Saves taps if you always use Great or Ultras. Native refresh rate makes things smoother, but yeah, watch your battery, it drains faster.
Good reminders. Okay, the big one, Stardust. Powering up is expensive.
And Gmax Cinderace battles are a fantastic source. Base reward is 25,000 Stardust per successful battle.
25,000, just base.
Yep, now pop a star piece.
37,500.
Exactly. And if you use that 200 Pokecoin reward doubling option...
Wait, does that stack?
It does. You're looking at a potential 75,000 Stardust from one Cinderace battle with a star piece and doubling active.
75,000. Okay. Doing just a few of these raids could seriously boost the bank.
Absolutely. And remember that pay ticket we mentioned? That 2x raid Stardust bonus? That applies before the star piece and doubling. It stacks up even more.
Insane Stardust potential. Wow. What else for Stardust during the event?
Keep an eye out for Stardust boosted spawns. Chimecho is the big one, 1,000 base Stardust per catch. It's rare, but worth hunting. Meowth gives 500 base.
Catch every Chimecho and Meowth you see.
Definitely. And if you get it from field research tasks, you can actually save those encounters, stack them up, and catch them during a future triple Stardust event for even bigger gains.
Pro tip. Okay, XP.
Simple. Use lucky eggs during your Cinderace battles. Stack that with the 5,000 bonus XP per successful raid we mentioned earlier. Huge XP gains possible.
Sweet. So we've got the resources flowing in. When we spend them, what's the most efficient power-up order for max battle Pokemon?
Good question. General best practice is, first, fully evolve them if needed. Second, power them up to level 30.
Why level 30 specifically?
Because the Stardust and Candy cost jumps significantly after level 30. It's a good, efficient breakpoint.
How do you know when you hit level 30?
Easy way to tell. Check the power-up cost. If the next power-up costs 5,000 Stardust, your Pokemon is currently level 29. 2 more power-ups get you to level 30 exactly.
5k Stardust cost means you're almost there. Got it. So level 30 first, then what?
Once they're at that solid level 30 base, then use your Candy and Stardust to power up their max moves. Get those moves maxed out.
Okay, level 30, then max moves, and only then worry about going higher.
Exactly. Only after the Pokemon is evolved at level 30 and its key max moves are powered up should you consider pushing further to level 40 or 50 if you really feel you need those extra stats and have the resources to burn.
That makes sense. Prioritize efficiently. And one last tip for after the battle, catching Cinderace itself.
Right. If you manage to beat it but find it tricky to catch, remember White Kyurem's adventure effect, Ice Burn. It makes hitting excellent throws easier and gives a 50% catch rate boost. Could be helpful.
Good backup plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so applying all this, understanding the boss, team building, the resource management, it really makes a difference, doesn't it?
It makes a huge difference. It's not just about having strong Pokemon. It's about using them smartly and maximizing everything the event offers.
Absolutely. This deep dive isn't just about beating one specific boss this weekend. It's about understanding the systems, getting the most out of these limited time opportunities, and building up your account overall. So why is Gmax Cinderace such a big deal right now? Why invest?
Well, because for max battles, Gigantamax Cinderace is currently the best fire-type attacker available, period.
The best fire attacker, better than anything else out there now.
For max battles, yes. Now, the info suggests that eventually, maybe years down the line, Max Blacephalon might surpass it. But that's likely a long way off. And getting Cinderace Candy is way more accessible right now. It's a really solid, relatively future-proof investment for your fire squad in max battles.
Okay, so top-tier firepower you can actually get your hands on this weekend. Good reason to go hard. And the event has other good stuff happening too, right? While we're out hunting Cinderace.
Definitely. Don't sleep on the other spawns and raids. Gruden is in 5-star raids. Still one of the best ground attackers, especially Primal Gruden. And great in Master League. Worth raiding just for the candy, even if you have one. Needs Precipice Blades via Elite TM, though.
Good point. Beldum.
Beldum's in 1-star raids, sometimes wild but rare. Metagross is a fantastic steel attacker, fairly budget-friendly compared to some legends, works as a decent tank in max battles too, and still holds up well in Master League.
Okay, useful all around. What about PvP stuff?
Tadbolt. Spawning in the wild, its evolution. Bellybolt is looking like a top contender for Ultra League next season, maybe even #1. Also very good in Great League. Catch a good one.
Ooh, Ultra League Star. Noted.
And don't forget those Stardust Mons, Meowth, 500 dust, and Shimiko 1000 dust are in the wild and research. Catch every single one. Seriously.
Every single one. Got it. Any other notable mentions?
Hoppip, Ferroseed, Golurk, they all have play in Go Battle League, Great or Ultra. Their evolutions are useful. And Mega Abomas now is in Mega Raids. Best Ice-type Mega, really good to have ready for future raids like Black and White Kyurem.
Okay, so the whole event is packed. Max battle focus with Cinderace, but also raid targets, PvP gems, Stardust farming, lots to do.
Exactly. Applying all this knowledge, Cinderace's weaknesses, the tank attacker roles, how to grab those particle and Stardust bonuses, it just makes you way more efficient and successful across the board.
It really highlights how much strategy is creeping into these max battles now, and how managing your resources outside the fight is just as important as the battle itself. Which makes you think, with max battles getting deeper, what sort of new challenges might pop up down the road? And how does getting smart about managing candy, Stardust, and particles now set you up for whatever comes next?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something to ponder while you're hopefully racking up those Cinderace wins and all that lovely Stardust this weekend. Keep an eye out for future events, too. Sounds like Go Fest in New Jersey is on the horizon.
Right.
And check out local community stuff, maybe through that Campfire app we mentioned, especially if you want to find those ambassador meetups for extra particles.
Awesome. Well, good luck, everyone, tackling Gigantamax Cinderace. You are definitely prepped and ready now.
Go get them.
We'll catch you on the next Deep Dive.